Note that the following is a formed opinion. It is entirely unlikely that I have had the same experiences as you. Therefore, my list will most likely be different to the one you would have imagined. Video game soundtracks. How important are they in helping to deliver a satisfying gaming experience? Personally, I believe that music is paramount in the delivery of a good game. It sets the mood for us and allows developers to express the story or scenario in a simpler way. From shooter to platformer, it's always the music that is etched into our minds and stays with us. And with that, here is my top 10 video game soundtracks. Number 10, Sonic Battle Adventure 2. Man, kudos to the genius who said, let's team Sonic up with pop punk. It's the perfect music to play to these games. I dare anyone to play City Escape and not remember a phrase from it. Also, the speedy beats illuminate the urgency to rush to the end of the level. Overall, a perfect partnership of gameplay and music. Number 9, Super Meat Boy. The game that put indie developers back into the spotlight. Composer Danny Baranowski does a killer job on this game. The game is comprised into different worlds, each having its own significant track. The music is generally quite repetitive with added sounds and elements, which sounds annoying, but it's actually the core of your sanity in the ball-breakingly hard game. The boss battles seem to lift with intensity and up the tempo, giving you a huge sense that the stakes are incredibly high. Number 8, Half-Life. Okay, listen up. Valve is the master of the modern gaming era. They seem to know exactly how it works and what it needs. The case was no different with their debut title, Half-Life. It was understood in this game that sometimes not much is needed. Silence, yeah, that's right. Sometimes as a contrast to the music, silence in a game can extract you from the safety net and inject you with a healthy dose of fear. Long, eerie drones can also add to this feeling. There are also some great tracks on this game, such as Hazardous Environments, which Valve use as their theme. Number 7, Mega Man 2. Oh yeah. As soon as you hear this theme on the title screen, you immediately feel like playing Mega Man 2. That's what a good intro song should do. It should pique your interest to the point where you have to see where it's going to go from here. And boy, does it go up and up. From Airman stage to the Dr. Wily stages, the music is the driving soul of this game, and I think it's why many consider it to be the best Mega Man game going around. Number 6, Skyrim. Oh yeah, we already talked about the perfect matchups of music and gameplay. This is another great example. The music in Skyrim uses mass choirs to reflect the importance and urgency of the situation. It assists in getting you involved in the lore and making you feel like the boss. Honestly, if I had this as my ringtone, there's no way I'd be doing this top 10. I'd be off murdering giant lizards or something cool. Number 5, Castlevania. Konami. Wow, what happened? They ruled the NES and SNES generations. That was because of games such as this. Castlevania's music gave off a mixture of adventure and spookiness, which can be considered exceptionally difficult to do in the 8-bit era. This is exactly the music you want to hear while slaying monsters in Dracula's castle. Honestly, without this music pushing you along, you'll find it very difficult to cope with death after death after death. Number 4, Contra. What can be said about the music in Contra that wasn't said about Castlevania? Probably not much. Contra music makes you feel like you're the man. The beats are really busy and catchy. They build in intensity in segments and revive your courage to continue after it's been crushed by everything that kills you, which is everything. Number 3, Banjo-Kazooie. Nostalgia. This was my favorite game as a kid, so this one really hits home. The melodies in this track are just so lively. They reflect your environment perfectly, and the weird instrumentations of banjos, flutes and tubas, and a wide array of other underused instruments allow for an all-round unique experience. Sometimes even the animals of the landscape feature in the song as a sound mark. such as the case of Bubble Gloop Swamp, which adds frog noises to the piece. All around, just an unforgettable soundtrack that I suggest you check out if you haven't already. Number 2, Ocarina of Time. Yeah, you could probably tell this is going to be on this list. This is just my opinion, but without this music, I don't believe that Ocarina of Time would be considered a masterpiece. The tone is captured perfectly from start to finish. Ocarina of Time changes tones so quickly that without the perfect soundtrack to match it, you would easily lose the feeling of the game. As soon as you step out onto the field of Hyrule, you're greeted with tones reflecting the wild adventure that you're about to embark on. They're so rich and potent with feeling that if you segregate the soundtrack from the actual game, I think you'll find it's possible to visualize what might accompany it, and it would be something very similar to the events that transpire in the game. Number 1, Super Mario Bros. You didn't think I'd leave out the Italian plumber himself, did you? I was thinking about putting Super Mario 64 as the frontrunner here, but it just didn't feel right. All Mario games seem to swim in the wake of this audio giant. Hell, if I ask someone who doesn't even play video games to sing Mario, they'll probably be able to recite the Overworld or Underworld theme. It is the most memorable, prolific, and nostalgic soundtrack ever to come from a video game, and it's no wonder why Nintendo frequently recycles this absolute gem. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment below or subscribe if you liked it.